Hare Krishna. So, welcome to the Friday devotional program. We're not doing Srimad Bhagavatam today, but we are doing Sri Vrindavan Dham Yatra. So, we will start with Mangalacharan prayers and then we will get started. Shall I share? I think everybody knows. Om Jnanatimirandhasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Shri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Sthapitam Yena Bhutale Soyam Rupaha Kada Mahyam Dadati Swapadantikam Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Yutah Padakamalam Shri Gurun Vaishnavamscha Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sahagana Raghunathanvitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadhutam Parijana Sahitam Shri Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padan Sahagana Lalita Shri Vishakhanvitamscha Nama Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Preshthaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swami Niti Namine Namaste Saraswati Devi Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Desha Tarine He Krishna Karuna Sindho Deenabandho Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namostute Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrishabhanu Sute Devi Pranamami Hari Priye वाञ्छकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्य एव च पतिताभ्यो नमो नमः। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवास आदि गौर भक्त वृंदा हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे। Jagat Guru Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Okay, so we will continue from last week. So, as you all know, me and my children, the three of us went for yatra to Sri Vrindavan Dham and Sri Mayapur Dham. And last week we covered Sri Mayapur Dham, Hare Krishna. And this week I wanted to cover Sri Vrindavan Dham. I thought I'll cover everything last week, but I couldn't even finish my slides. And then I thought I got the idea that this is too much. There were already like 80 slides. So I said, I can't even, if I even spend like 1 minute on each picture, it's not going to work. So I split it up. So today we will cover Sri Vrindavan Dham Yatra. So let me share my screen. Sri Vrindavan Dham Yatra. So, as I shared with last week, we ended at when we landed in Delhi. Then straight from Delhi, after spending about 1 hour at our relative's place, my wife's sister, uh, uh, we spent about just an hour, and we took the taxi and reached by night to Sri Vrindavan Dham. There we had a booking at Bhakti Dham. It's a very nice, you can say, hotel or ashram, whatever, right behind the Krishna Balram Mandir. So, other than staying inside the temple guest house, which is very hard to get reservation, that's probably the closest. I would say it is even closer than MVT to the mandir. If you want to enter the temple if you want to enter from the other side, then maybe that's closer. But here you can directly enter the temple in no time from the side entrance, the devotee entrance, or what is also known as the Govinda's entrance. Anyway, so we settled in there, and yeah, I just want to say temperatures were not very cold for people in Portland. It was in the low 40s. But obviously there was no heating, and that made it really hard. I mean, of course, I've been brought up in, in northern India, so I thought I remembered it, but I forgot how cold it gets. And it was very cold, and the blankets that they supplied were so heavy and so thick, so they worked, but to like get them off was like uh you know needed some muscles. I remember one night I wanted to go to the bathroom, and I was weighing, should I lift the blankets or should I go to the bathroom? It was so heavy. They gave us two, so I had put one on top of the other. So in that sense, it was very cold. But anyway, so next day, first thing in the morning, Vrindavan Yatra starts with Srila Prabhupada's home, which is Sri Sri Krishna Balaram Mandir. So, like Srila Prabhupada used to say, that Sri Vrindavan Dham is my home, or he would start with Bombay is my office, Mayapur is my place of worship, and Vrindavan is my home. So, this is the Vigraha of Srila Prabhupada right next to the main altars. So, the main altars start with, when you enter from the Govinda's side, first you get darshan of Sri Sri Gaur Nitai, along with Srila Prabhupada and Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Maharaj. And then the center altar is Sri Sri Krishna Balaram Ji. And I mean, after seeing so many temples, one thing I noticed, and then I'll say that for this picture, Sri Sri Radha Shyam Sundar Ji, Sri Sri Lalita Sakhi, and Vishakha Sakhi. The decoration is so beautiful and so many flowers and everything. At one point, I was looking at the deities and I like took 2 seconds to find out where are the deities. It was like they were like so much decoration was there. It was just awesome. So, and how much they managed to do, like they change the whole thing every day. All the flowers are different, the whole decoration, everything is different every day. So it's amazing how much goes into the worship over there. Of course, it's the topmost place. So it ought to be like that, but it was just amazing. And this is the 24-hour Kirtan, which was established by Shripad Aindra Prabhu, who is no longer with us. He left his body in 2010. And you can see here, there is a board which says Shripad Aindra Prabhu, who established the 24-hour Kirtan. Now, can anybody recognize someone here? Pictures are, yeah, a little small, but that's as big as the screen goes, at least in the vertical format. So here we saw Govind Prabhu, who comes to Portland all the time. I don't know if he's coming this year or not, but there is Govind Prabhu. Okay. Then this is the outside. So we went outside then. And the first stop was Sri Sri Radha Damodar Ji Mandir. And one thing I was a little obviously sad about is I couldn't take too many pictures from the outside, the main outside of the temple. Any guesses why? Yeah, so I did take some pictures, and then Gopal and Ram, I mean, the yatra was over. The yatra with Vaisheshika Maharaj was over in Mayapur. So my children, Gopal and Ram, were with me. So they would form like a, what would you say, a barricade or a, yeah, like a, secret service and guarding all the directions, and I would take a quick photo of wherever I want from the outside. But from inside, no problem. Anyway, so the first place to visit is the Bhajan Kutir of Srila Prabhupada. So here I was very happy to see that it had been modernized. You have a glass door and all that here, but the inside was preserved just like I have seen before. Srila Prabhupada's Vigraha and his charpai, or his little, what we call as a bed. And, it's very, very peaceful, very, very serene, very, could feel the presence of Srila Prabhupada there. So he spent 6 years from 1959 to 1965 here in this room in the Radha Damodarji temple. And this is where he wrote the first canto of Srimad Bhagavatam. So it's a very, very important place for all of us. And the devotees of ISKCON, or I think ISKCON Vrindavan, has taken over or taken the responsibility of maintaining the Bhajan Kutir of Srila Prabhupada, and they have maintained it very nicely. So we sat down here and we did some japa here with the hope that Srila Prabhupada would, bless us and provide corrections in our japa. And then a devotee arrived and he performed Arati of Srila Prabhupada. So that was very nice. We got to participate in the Arati of Srila Prabhupada. Then right opposite of this room is what is known as Srila Prabhupada's kitchen. So at that time in the 1960s, whoever was managing the temple was very kind to give 2 rooms to Srila Prabhupada, not just one. So these two are opposite to each other. And here you can see it's written Srila Prabhupada's kitchen. So this is where he used to cook. And the other place is where he used to do his bhajan and also live there or sleep there. So whenever it is said Bhajan Kutir, it typically means the place of residence. Because even for acharyas, for saints, even while sleeping, they are doing bhajan. And it's a reality. One time, a servant of Srila Prabhupada, when he was like sleeping and he was massaging his leg, he put his ear in the chest of or back side of Srila Prabhupada, and he could hear Krishna's name coming out, even when Srila Prabhupada was apparently asleep. So yes, they are externally asleep, but inside the smaran is continuing all the time. So that's a, what is known as smaran dasha, or even higher. Anyway, so this is Srila Prabhupada's kitchen. And then this is the main altar of Radha Damodarji. So a lot of deities are there. I have listed all of the deities here. Now, these are known as Pratibhu Murtis. Pratibhu Murtis means sort of replicas, at least the main deity. Now, there is some confusion. I don't know the answer. Some say that the deity of Radha Damodarji is now the original one. This was the only one that they were able to successfully bring back from Jaipur. Because when Aurangzeb had invaded and he had ordered basically just, raise the whole Vrindavan to dust entire. He couldn't do that. Before that, he was raised to dust. But still, he managed to do a lot of damage. And all the deities were moved to Rajasthan under the protection of the Rajput kings, including Radha Damodarji. So I don't know the sort of the reality, but these are known as the Pratibhu deities. So in the center that you see, this is Shri Shri Radha Damodarji. And also along with Radha Damodarji are worshipped the deities of Srila Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami, who are Sri Sri Radha Vrindavan Chandra ji, then Sri Sri Radha Madhav ji, worshipped by Srila Jayadev Goswami, and Sri Sri Radha Chalchikan ji, worshipped by Srila Bhugarbha Goswami. And then in the front, if you see here, this one, if I don't know if you can see my mouse on the zoom, but over here on the table is a large Govardhan Shila that is kept there. Earlier, they used to keep it covered with a cloth and open it momentarily and then cover it. But now they leave it open. It is nice. And this Govardhan Shila is very special that Srila Sanatan Goswami received this Govardhan Shila from Lord Krishna. And Srila Sanatan Goswami, even in a very, very advanced stage, he used to do a full parikrama of Giri Govardhan. Even when he was very old, and everybody used to think, why is he giving himself so much trouble? So one time Lord Krishna himself appeared to him and said, my dear Sanatan Goswami, you don't need to do this. So he said, I cannot live without doing parikrama. So they were both like, who sort of convinces who. Then Lord Krishna took a Govardhan Shila and put his foot imprint on it and said that if you circumambulate this Govardhan Shila 4 times, that is equal to one full Govardhan Parikrama circumambulation. So then Sanatan Goswami was satisfied and he would do 4 times circumambulation. So if you go to this temple, circumambulate this Govardhan Shila 4 times. You can circumambulate it. You have the full path to do that, and you should do that. So that is the significance of this Govardhan Shila. Earlier, this painting of this, you can see here the foot with 5 fingers, and was not drawn. So it seems some artist might have drawn it. When I remember seeing it many years ago, it was just an imprint. And then there are some cow footprints also. Okay. Then Sri Sri Radha Damodar ji is not just the main altar. There is so much more here. It's a whole we spent like almost, so we did few things in Vrindavan. We had 5 days. We didn't want to rush, but we wanted to spend quality time at few places. So we spent almost like 7-8 hours or half a day, more than half a day in the temple only. And this is on the side, if you go, there are 2 very important samadhis of Srila Jiva Goswami and Srila Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami. As you all know, Jiva Goswami needs no introduction, and Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami also does not need any introduction. He is the author of Sri Chaitanya Charitamrit. So their samadhis are here. And so inside, so they were closed, but on top here there is an opening, or this is like a cage, so you can if you are tall, I could like stand on my tippy toes and see the unobstructed view of the samadhi. So inside here is Sri Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami's samadhi. They have put a cloth around the picture because it is cold weather. I mean, it's the winter season, to give them comfort. And then this is Srila Jiva Goswami Prabhupada samadhi. Okay. So you can take darshan, but please make a note of these places. These are very, very important places. So we went to, so there are the 6 Goswamis, the Shad Goswamis, who are very famous. And we visited all the samadhis of the 6 Goswamis. So all of them are accessible. They are known where they are and all that. So one must go to all the 6 samadhis. So this is the first one that we went to, Sri Jiva Goswami's samadhi. Then there is the samadhi of Srila Jayadev Goswami there as well. And here, as we were taking parikrama around the temple, so we saw one old devotee reading Bhagavad Gita. So he was just sitting there. We went past. I kind of peeked what he's reading, so I could recognize the verse of Bhagavad Gita. But he was absorbed. He was like not bothered who's walking or who's doing what. He was nicely absorbed. So I thought, yeah, wow, it's a nice remembrance. Someday we can also read with so much absorption. And then if you go forward here in this direction, then you come across a small Goshala. So there's a small Goshala. And then you come to the location. And this, I would say, is the most important location of the entire temple. Here is the Samadhi of Srila Rupa Goswami. So now they have modernized and beautified it. I don't know if there's a Nectar of Instruction book here. Yeah. So here is Nectar of Instruction. I have the Hindi version, but same for English version. This is how it used to look. Just open air, but with a small hut kind of a thing. This was the original one. At least, who knows original, but at least as of the 90s and 2000s. Then somewhere in the 2010s, somewhere around 2015 or something, it seems they renovated. So that's nice. So this, as you can see on the left-hand side, is picture through the door. So there's a picture of Srila Rupa Goswami. So this is his Bhajan Kutir, not the Samadhi. So the Samadhi is there and the Bhajan Kutir opposite to each other, they are there. So we took darshan of Srila Rupa Goswami's Bhajan Kutir. And now they have constructed like the entire area is closed. And now they have installed a Panchatattva deities. So these deities are very recent with the Shad Goswamis sitting at their feet. So it's nice. It's peaceful. I would think it's nice because even in the summer, if somebody goes, otherwise the ground would be like burning hot, and we are not so austere to be able to tolerate that. And Kirtan keeps going on here. So I would say it's nice, rain or burning heat. So, and then this is the Samadhi of Srila Rupa Goswami. So this is the Samadhi here, Samadhi Vigraha. And then below that it says Srila Rupa Goswami Japmala. So below that is kept the Japmala here. You can see here, this is the zoom in of that. And his Charan Padukas as well. They were covered with a glass. So we sat here and did some japa here. It's a very nice place. I highly recommend just spending at least 1 or 2 hours just at this location. So this is, I would say, arguably one of the most potent places in all of Vrindavan. So if other than Radha Kund in Vrindavan, I'm not saying Govardhan, in Vrindavan, if you have 2 hours fly-by time, just, you have a couple of hours, go to this place. Nowhere else, just this one place. If you can go, that would be very nice. The topmost place in my personal opinion. And here is the important thing. So we could see now they have built this. This was not existent. So if you go to Srila Prabhupada's Bhajan Kutir, then there was a window there and they would keep that window closed. So as a devotee who is visiting, you would never know what's on the other side of the window, kind of, if you don't know, sort of, if you can't map the geography. Now they have created this sort of a whatever, a jali or whatever, made of stone or whatever, concrete, etc. But from the Bhajan Kutir, you have direct view of Sri Rupa Goswami's Samadhi Sthal. And so many places it is written that from his Bhajan Kutir, if you open, Srila Prabhupada would open the window and get darshan of Sri Rupa Goswami all the time. So he was under the shelter of Sri Rupa Goswami for 6 continuous years, like direct line of sight shelter. This is amazing. And now they have, I'm so happy they created this and they have put that board. So you can actually see that. So I was very like wowed by that sight. Yeah. So then next day we went to Sri Radhakund. So this is the most important place, as you all know, in the whole universe. Not Vraj, not the world, but the whole universe. So Kuryadasya Virajato Giritate Sevam Vivekinaka. So this is the wonderful site of Sri Radha Kund. So just take few drops of water, either sip it or put it on your head, and spend as much time as possible. If possible, do parikrama of Sri Radha Kund. And we did a whole parikrama, and I think Krishna tested our patience in doing the parikrama, because at one point it was a very narrow area and a huge monkey fight erupted. There were like not just two, maybe 3, 4 gangs. And we had to wait like some 15, 20 minutes for that gang war to subside. So constantly it used to appear they will now go away, they will disperse, but they were not. And then some other devotees, not big battalion, some 4, 5 local looking devotees sort of were also coming. They were also stopped. Then there was one sort of main leader of whatever there. He started walking through the gang fight, so to say. And I also kind of supported him, like started walking with him. And the monkeys like didn't bother us. They kept fighting, but they gave us passage. So the whole like my boys and the other devotees who were with that group, they were able to cross. So that allowed us to complete the parikrama of Sri Radha Kund. Now, Radha Kund yatra itself can take a week. Just Radha Kund yatra. Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Maharaj in 1935, I believe, did whole 15-day or 1 month yatra just at Radha Kund. There are so many places, and many Maharajas do that. But we could spend only 1 day or 3/4 of a day. So we again spent time in few places, but not many places. Now, again, I wanted to take this picture, and I have hidden the faces of those people. So many people I saw, they were just sitting and just dipping their feet as if they are sitting in some, Portland duck pond or whatever you call it. So I have nobody to tell them anything, but I just wanted to say that, that is something you should never do. So Radha Kund is very, very sacred. Radha Kund is no different, not different than Srimati Radharani herself. So yes, if you want, you can take a full dip, and of course, then your feet will have to touch. And nobody is asking that you do a head first dive or anything. You don't have to be an expert diver. You can enter with your feet, but the intention should be to do a full dip, but not like this, that you're just, enjoying with your cooling off your feet. Okay. Then right next to it is the Samadhi of Srila Raghunath Das Goswami. Very famous location, very unique structure, this kind of a a structure, and Akhand Kirtan, 24-hour Kirtan goes on at this location as well. So there were these local devotees who were doing 24-hour Kirtan over there. And here is the inside view of the Samadhi of Srila Raghunath Das Goswami. And then we spent about 1 hour over there. Gopal and Ram participated in the Kirtan. So those devotees allowed them to pick up the instruments, and we did nice Kirtan over here. I have some videos and as well, but it will take too much time to share all that. So you can see Gopal and Ram here, and doing Kirtan at the Samadhi of Srila Raghunath Das Goswami. So Raghunath Das Goswami used to live at Sri Radha Kund along with Sri Rupa Goswami and Sanatan Goswami. Among all of the Goswamis, he is considered to be the most renounced. And he was he's the epitome of smarana, of remembrance of the Lord. And he spent, so for Rupa and Sanatan Goswami, Lord Chaitanya ordered them to go to Vrindavan and to write Shastra, which they both did. Humongous Shastra was written. Srila Sanatan Goswami wrote the Hari Bhakti Vilas and the Brihad Bhagavatamrit and so on. And Sri Rupa Goswami, so many. Bhakti Rasamrit Sindhu being the main one, and so many others like Ujjwal Neelamani and Vidagdha Madhava, Lalit Madhava, and so many other he wrote. But Sri Raghunath Das Goswami stayed with Chaitanya Mahaprabhu in Jagannath Puri till the disappearance of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. And then after the disappearance of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he came to Vrindavan and stayed with Sri Rupa and Sanatan Goswami and used to absorb himself completely in the remembrance of the pastimes of Lord Sri Krishna. Okay. And he is the one who was given the order by Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu to take care. He was the official caretaker. You can think of like temple president of Radha Kund. So it was a small, as is mentioned in Chaitanya Charitamrit, during the visit of Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, or the travel of Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu to Vrindavan, the first place that he went was Sri Radha Kund and Shyama Kund. They were both rice paddy fields, and he discovered he's Krishna himself. He knows his own places. Like where your childhood home is, even if now there's a new structure there, you will easily remember this used to be my childhood home. So Krishna never forgets. Again, the one place he will never forget is Sri Radha Kund. So he discovered Radha Kund like this, and he gave all the descriptions to Sri Raghunath Das Goswami and told him, when you go there, you take care of this. So Sri Raghunath Das Goswami, so many people used to come and give donation and so on. And he used that money to expand Radha Kund. Slowly, first he did one level of expansion. Now, originally Radha Kund was established by the great grandson of Lord Krishna, Vajranabh himself. But that was lost. 5,000 years, is a long time. So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu rediscovered it, and then Raghunath Das Goswami expanded it with all the donations he got to the present size. So when that expansion project was going on, some devotees were doing the digging and all that. So it seems that at the bottom of Sri Radha Kund is a natural spring. That's how the water comes. It's not filled through some, external pipes. So that water is coming from the ground, or from, that's Radha Kund. So they were digging to make it bigger. And at one place, when they were digging on a rock, that rock started bleeding. and that is known as the Jivha Mandir. Basically, then they went to Sri Raghunath Das Goswami, those people who were digging what's going on. And then Raghunath Das Goswami said, oh, in his meditation, he could see that this is Giri Govardhan. And this is the tongue of Lord Krishna, of Giri Govardhan, and it is bleeding. So it is an indication that we should not dig beyond that. So he took that Govardhan Shila and installed it over here, and that is called the Jivha Mandir. Shri Shri Giriraj Jivha Mandir. Jivha means tongue. So that is worshipped like this. So again, it was closed. You can see in Hindi it is written Shri Shri Giriraj Jivha Mandir. And this is the Giriraj Shila that was found there. Then on the side, if you again go, now these things are easy to miss. So find some local devotee or somebody, and happily, of course, they will expect some dakshina at the end of it. But find some local devotee, they will happily, take you around. So we found a similar devotee. You can see this devotee standing here. I forgot his name. Yeah, we have taken a video and all, so I remember the name, but I forgot it. So there is a location called Teen Samadhi. So this is the Samadhi. Now again, you will see what's going on. Samadhi of Srila Raghunath Das Goswami. So it is said that Jiva Goswami, he's brilliant, and he knew that this Mughal empire is kind of going to go down. So what he did was that this is the real place of the Samadhi. That's how the story goes. At least that's one version that I have understood. Maybe there are other versions. I don't know. But this is the real Samadhi place where, as you know, when acharyas leave their body, when they disappear, they are not cremated, they are buried. So this is where their actual remains, their bodily, mortal, or what you can say, sadhak deha remains are buried. And he created like a decoy, the other one, so that if the soldiers come and try to, their goal was not just to loot the money. Their goal was also to inflict emotional pain on the people, so on the devotees. So they would do these things like desecrate in a very mean way the samadhis, the scriptures, the deities. Of course, they would loot whatever their valuable was there, but they would do these things. So to prevent that from happening, Jiva Goswami put the actual remains at this location, it seems, and created a decoy over there. So this is a little bit far away. So here you will see inside, these are the 3 Samadhi Mandirs, or Samadhi Sthal we call. And in Hindi it is written here, Shri Raghunath Bhatt Goswami, Shri Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami, and Shri Raghunath Das Goswami. So Shri Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami Samadhi also we saw in Shri Radha Damodar Mandir, next to Shri Jeev Goswami. So I don't know what's the... sometimes Samadhis are created also called as Pushpa Samadhis. Like for Srila Prabhupada, we will see his Samadhi is in Vrindavan, but in Mayapur, there is a Pushpa Samadhi. Similarly, last week I showed the actual Samadhi of Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Maharaj in Mayapur, and there is a Pushpa Samadhi in Vrindavan. So I don't know the differences, but here exactly as you can see, it's written in straight Hindi language. Shri Raghunath Bhatt Goswami, Shri Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami, and Shri Raghunath Das Goswami. So it's a very nice... Now I wanted to stay here, but that this devotee, he was kind of a little bit in a rush. He was like, isn't it? He was rushing us. Chaliye, chaliye. Humko der ho raha hai, whatever. So we had to go with at his speed. Anyway, this place is on Shyamakund. It's known as Pandav Ghat. And there were Panch Pandav Vriksha. There were 5 trees over here, it is said, at the time of, again, expansion of Shyamakund and Radhakund, as done by Srila Raghunath Das Goswami. So there were 5 trees here. So in that expansion, Raghunath Das Goswami one time, he said, let's cut down these trees so that we can expand it. And then in the night, the Pandavas appeared in the dream of Srila Raghunath Das Goswami, saying, we are the Pandavas residing in these trees on the bank of Sri Shyamkund. So please, because we always want to be close to Lord Krishna, and Shyamakunda is no different than Lord Krishna. So please don't, order us to go by cutting the tree. Let us remain here. So Raghunath Das Goswami understood. So those trees were not cut. So now only it seems 1 tree remains out of those 5. And it, as we understand, or as we are told, the identity of this tree is Pandava Arjuna Vriksh. So this, maybe other trees are there, but we cannot see them. So this is Pandav Ghat, and in the background you can see Shyamakund. So you can visit this place as well. Pandav Ghat. Then if you go a little bit further, you will find Bhajan Kutir of Sri Gopal Bhatta Goswami. So you can see the Bhajan Kutir here of Sri Gopal Bhatta Goswami. So then my boys were feeling very hungry. And I was like, let's go, we're getting late and we still hadn't started the Govardhan Parikrama. So, but when they saw this nice store, Sri Radharani Batata Vada Center, and some fresh samosas were being fried. So I said, okay, fine. So we all had some samosas here. And then we took some stairs down. So this is right outside there. And we came back to Sri Radhakund. So this devotee, who took us around, and then maybe this person is his friend or whoever. So we gave him small donation, whatever, and he was happy. And so he had taken us to these places. Okay. Then so all these pictures are taken by me. I didn't put any internet pictures, but if we were to put, like, if you imagine, so Radhakund and Shyamkund are next to each other. So I cannot take all those aerial pictures and all that. So they are next to each other, and there is a little wall that separates them. Underneath the wall, there is a tunnel. So the water kind of mixes. So there is no difference in the water of Sri Radhakund and Sri Shyamkund because they are joined together. So on top, you can walk on this little wall. So there are the feet of Lord Sri Krishna and Srimati Radharani. And there is also a few Govardhan Shilas. And it says here, Shri Giriraj Mukharvind Radha Kund Shyamkund Sangam. What does it say? Jivha Swarup Mukhya Prachin Mandir. Okay.
In this photo, you can see the 2 kundas.
Yeah, on side by side. Yeah, you can see some water on this side over here, and you can see some water on the left side. So on this side is Radhakund, and on this side is Shyamkund.
Other way. You're saying this.
Well, on the side where, if I to be precise mathematically, where Mandir is written, that side is Radhakund, and where Jivha is written, that is Shyamkund. Now you can't go wrong. Whether it is mirror image or, yeah, actually the arrows show also. That's true. Radhakund is this direction, Shyamkund is this direction. Okay. Problem solved. So then we reach Manasi Ganga. Before that, so just a small, again, a little scare happened. So we had engaged a e-rickshaw. We couldn't have done Govardhan Parikrama, Radhakund and all in one day, or in the 7-8 hours that we have completely on foot. So we engaged a auto rickshaw fellow, and we negotiated a price and all that. And so first he said, we'll come to Radhakund in the end. I said, no, 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 first Radhakund, then later, because we don't know if sun sets or whatever happens. We wanted to put the big rocks in the jar first. If nothing works, then at least you have done the most important place. So we said, I told him at one place, you wait here, we'll come. And I had negotiated a very nice amount, he almost like double of what others were asking. So I wanted like him to be happy and we also to get best service. So he was supposed to wait there, and then we took a long time. Like I said, we didn't rush. So almost like 4 hours we must have spent at Radhakund. And it was probably much more than what he had expected, or based on his average statistics, people would spend much less time there. So when we came back, he was not there. He was gone. And actually, we had left our chappals in the rickshaw. So, and we were wearing very simple chappals. I didn't think that he would run away for our chappals. So then we asked a little shopkeeper, and then they said, yeah, he was waiting here till about half an hour back, and probably he left because he thought you guys have abandoned him, like you will never come back, like you found another rickshaw fellow or something. So he just left. So from Radhakund, we started walking towards Govardhan. So we walked almost 1 kilometer, and then we found that fellow driving back towards us. Our chappals and all were there. So yeah, so he said, no, no, I didn't run away, and I trust him. He said, I thought you guys lost your way, so I went to look for you on the other side or somewhere, or then I was coming back to this spot. So anyway, so I had told him, you be right here, like don't move from this spot, and we were there. Anyway, so worst case, we'd have to buy new chappals, that's all. So, and for a moment I thought, okay, we'll do Giriraj Parikrama barefoot. So anyway, that was, so again, we'll move faster. So Manasi Ganga. So this is the place where all the holy rivers had descended for the formation of Radhakund, or first Shyamakund and then Radhakund. So you all know the story of the formation of Shyamakunda and Radhakund after the killing of the Arishtasur demon on the Bahulashtami day. So that appears in the Kartik month, Bahulashtami. And, it's a long story. It is not in Srimad Bhagavatam. It is in Padma Puran, right? Yeah. And so he quotes 20 verses from Padma Puran, which have the whole description, and Sri Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur's commentary, and therefore the BBT commentary. And I'm calling it BBT commentary because this appears after Srila Prabhupada sort of disappeared, and the remaining 10th canto was completed by his disciples. So we call that the BBT commentary, takes based on Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur's commentary, has the full description and beautiful 20 verses of appearance of Sri Radhakund. That whole episode where, I'm not going to go in that story, otherwise it will take very long time. So again, Manasi Ganga, again, don't wash your feet or something, or take some water and just put it on your head or sip it, either way. So you cannot, I couldn't, and we were now a little bit now time crunch. So you cannot, it seems, go to the kund here, but they have this method where they sprinkle the water, they bring the water to you. So you can take the water of Manasi Ganga. And there's a nice temple of Giriraj Govardhan next to, right there in that complex. So I forget what place is this, but again, somewhere on the parikrama. So we were doing mainly e-rickshaw parikrama because time was less, and some places we walked. So we did like a hybrid. And there was this one place where some of these vendors were selling some carrots and potatoes and some greens to feed the cows. So we purchased some and they had a nice time feeding the cows with their hands. So some Go Seva occurring here. And then we met Mahavir Bhagat ji. I don't know how many of you know him, but he is very popular on sort of social media, but very pure, at least the way he sings. And my wife met him last time when she went. She offered a donation and he didn't even take the donation. So very
Every day he's on a Parikrama Marg
and
every day.
every single day he's on Parikrama Marg and just singing the glories of Giri Govardhan. And some people who, just the locals, they just assemble near him and listen to his bhajan.
These two Matajis have come every day.
Yeah, these two, you can see the foreign bodied or whatever, Western bodied Matajis. This one I know that they are mother-daughter pair. So she sings the flute or plays the flute. So this is a video, so I'll just play the video for 1 minute and you can relish. And let me know if the sound comes on Zoom. Okay, it should come. So I'll play and let me know. Is the sound coming on Zoom? Is the sound coming on the Zoom?
Yes, Prabhuji.
Yes, Prabhuji.
You can relish the bhajan.
Okay.
तैयारी देखो आवे इच्छा पूरी करे सब बेरे 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 धारी नारायण बिहारी घट घट के हितकारी नारायण हे बिनती वेग सुनिए चलो रे भैया गिरिराज बिराजे पूजा करेंगे चलो रे भैया जय गिरधर गोपाल जय गिरधर गोपाल जय गिरधर गोपाल
Giri Govardhan.
जयपुर जी बनवार नंदलाला जयपुर जी बनवार नंदलाला जय गिरधर गोपाल गिरधर गोपाल राम महाराज की जय श्री
So we spent almost, I think, 1 hour here sitting next to him. And he spoke to us for half an hour. I have a small clip that I wanted to share with you. So it's not that just it appeared to me he's not just like a local villager devotee, but who knows only how to sing bhajans. What he spoke also was pretty solid. So I'll share with you. Yeah. So here he is now. As you can see, his dhapli is on the side. So he's just talking to the devotees. And then he was talking to, yeah, he was talking, then I went and sat on his side. So his side view is there, sort of very close to where I was. And he was telling me the power, or not power, I would say how to absorb ourselves in the holy name. So just listen. If you cannot understand Hindi, I have summarized what he said in the next slide. We'll go over that. But for those who can understand Hindi, get it directly from him, from first hand. You don't have to get it second hand. So give me 1 second, okay? Let me try one thing. Can you still hear on Zoom?
सांस की जो माला चल रही है उसको भगवत नाम का अभ्यास करना
Okay.
चाहिए।
No, Prabhu, it's very slow.
Yeah, I'll increase the volume. It might not affect Zoom, but yeah, the recording is low volume, so you can listen to the recording of this recording on YouTube later. But I'll summarize the teachings, okay, in the next slide. So it goes for about 4 minutes. Please listen.
कोई भी क्रिया करो, फिर अभ्यास भगवत नाम का रहना चाहिए। श्वास की जो माला चल रही है उसको भगवत नाम का अभ्यास बन जाना चाहिए। शरीर से काम करते रहे चाहे हम कितने, लेकिन भगवत नाम नहीं रुकना चाहिए। ठाकुर जी का नाम नहीं रुकना चाहिए, कृष्ण नाम निरंतर होना चाहिए। वो केवल अभ्यास के द्वारा ही, जितना बने गाँव संसार की अनर्गल बातों की राय थी, जैसे संसार की चर्चा करें, संसार चर्चाओं को छोड़ के जितना अभ्यास बने भगवत नाम, तो वेद वेदांत, वेद प्रारंभ भगवत नाम से और वेदांत भगवत नाम से। ठाकुर का नाम। अब वेदों का आप अध्ययन करोगे तो युगों बीत जाए तो भी समझ में नहीं आएगी। शास्त्रों का पठन पाठन करो, पूरा जीवन बीत जाए तो भी समझ नहीं आए, क्योंकि सबको सार निचोड़ केवल सर्वोपरि भगवत नाम कृष्ण नाम। इतना बने अभ्यास के द्वारा अनायास याद आने लग जाए। इतना भगवान के नाम में तल्लीन है जाना चाहिए। हर क्रिया में, गाड़ी में बैठे हो, जहाज में बैठे हो, घर में बैठे हो, कोई काम करें, स्नान करें, ध्यान करें, ठाकुर का नाम बने महामंत्र। और अपने आप ठाकुर जी ज्ञान भक्ति वैराग्य का ज्ञान अपने आप करा देंगे। ठाकुर जी के नाम से ही अपने आप हो जाएगा। ना वैराग्य की सत्संग सुनने की जरूरत पड़ेगी और ना आपको कोई सत्संग करने की जरूरत पड़ेगी। भगवान के नाम में इतनी बड़ी ठाकुर जी का बहुत नाम ही है। शुद्ध जितना बने भगवान का नाम जप करते, भगवत नाम में ही समायोजित है सब शास्त्र, वेद वेदांत का। जब जीव साधन कब तक करता है जीव? जब तक शरीर रूपी ये साधन स्वस्थ है। अस्वस्थ होने पे फिर हम कौन सी क्रिया कर सकते हैं जो भगवत भक्ति से हम दूर ना हो सके? वो केवल एक भगवान का नाम। जैसे अस्वस्थ है जाए, बीमार हो जाए, खाट में पड़ गए, उस समय कौन सा साधन करोगे? केवल भगवत नाम ही रहेगा। भगवत नाम के साथ या शरीर से जाओगे निकल के दूसरे शरीर में, तो वो हमारा अभ्यास बना रहेगा। या युग में तो केवल ठाकुर जी का नाम ही सर्वोपरि है। इतना बने भगवान का नाम, कभी पढ़ाओ कभी करो, जैसी समय मिले ठाकुर जी का नाम चिंतन करो। नाम पे विजय प्राप्त कर ली, आपको अपने आप ठाकुर जी प्रेम रूपी लक्षणा भक्ति प्रदान कर दी। अनुराग में भक्ति जो हो है, साधन की भी जरूरत नहीं पड़ेगी। नित्य नियम करने की, जैसे 4 बजे जगह, वही जरूरत नहीं पड़ेगी। भगवत नाम से, भगवत नाम इतना सागर है, जितनो या में जितनो गोता लगाओगे इतनो ही रस प्रदान होगा तुम्हारी जीवात्मा को, मन बुद्धि चित्त को। कितनी बड़ी कठिनाई आ जाए तब संघर्ष, भगवान का नाम अभ्यास जीव को जिसको हो जाए, वो अपने आप भगवत नाम से ही, भगवत नाम की अग्नि से ही नष्ट कर दे। हरिश्या
Okay. So as you heard, he talked about the abhyas of the holy name, and he went all the way um, to Rag Bhakti, where he said that, it will become automatic. Then no need to follow any or consciously follow any practices, because it will become part of your DNA, so to say, it will become a habit. So he talked about, so I'll just go over some of these bullets or all these bullets. Abhyas of Bhagavat Naam should occur. Sharir can keep doing the various activities, but abhyas or practice or training, constant training is the key. And he also said no samsar charcha. Samsar charcha means all this mundane, what is known, what other name that our Goswamis give is Gram Katha. All chit chat and prajalpa and all the nonsense. No sansar charcha. And essence of the Vedas is Bhagavat Naam. Studying Vedas will take many yugas, many lifetimes. But he said this sarvo sar nichod pari. That means the sar, when you nichod, when you squeeze it, is sarvo pari Bhagavat Naam. So the essence of all Vedas, of all scriptures is Bhagavat Naam. Anayas means automatic, even without no conscious trying, automatic, like he also mentioned later on. So like he was speaking for almost 30-40 minutes. So he was saying like breathing. You don't have to remind yourself, oh, I have to breathe. You may have to remind yourself that I have to take the holy name, but it should become ultimately like breathing. Anayas smarana, remembrance of Bhagavat Naam should occur while bathing, driving, walking, etc. The name should automatically appear on the tongue. And the Lord will reveal all the jnana, vairagya, tolerance, bhakti sadhana, all those things will be revealed by the Lord. All Vedic knowledge is embedded in the Naam. And also he said, when we go to another body, if we go, and I will, unless one goes back to Krishna in this life, then we must do our practice so that the remembrance of the name will stay with us and can continue even in the next life. And in those bodies, or he also talked about when, if you become diseased or, your body becomes useless, then the only sadhana, the only limb of worship or of bhakti, not worship, of bhakti that can be done is Naam. So we must focus on Naam. And by this Bhagavat Naam, the Lord will give Anuragi Bhakti. And later on, he says, I don't know whether this last bullet, I wanted to include it, that we must ask the Lord. I asked him a question, how it doesn't happen today, automatic, or that he says, ask the Lord to develop the desire to enable us to remember the Naam always. So if that desire doesn't exist, ask for that desire sincerely to the Lord. Then the desire will develop. Once the desire develops, then we'll start doing the abhyas. There's a long way to go. So when we do the abhyas, then we will hopefully get it. Okay. Then skipping many places, I just wanted to show Uddhav Kund. So one very nice vigraha of Lord Krishna is here. So there are 3 vigrahas. The center one is Shri Shri Ekang Jugal Kishore Ji. So this is probably the only vigraha of Lord Radha and Krishna shown as one. So they are not separate, they are one. On the left side is Shri Uddhav Ji, and on the right is Shri Shri Radha Uddhav Bihari Ji. And in the center is Ekang Jugal Kishore Ji. So very nice place, Uddhav Kund. And then we ended at Govindas. Hare Krishna. Yeah. What were these? He really liked these ones. What were these?
Mango one.
Mango and what? Ram?
Strawberry.
Which ones were these? You forgot. Okay. And here you can see this thing I liked. As you can see, this steel mug. This was the best ginger tea I ever had. It had, like he was telling me, 4 or 5 things they add in this. So when you go to the Govindas, order this. It had a long name: lemon, ginger, cardamom, blah 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 tea. So it had a long name. So it had all the ingredients also and more. So I had that every day. It was so nice. I actually had 2 cups every day. It was so nice. Anyway, then next day, Shri Shri Radha Shyam Sundarji Mandir. Again, here there was, as you can see already, it says no photography, camera, mobile, whatever. So they were enforcing it actually. So I couldn't take pictures. And I tried to go to there's a little cave downstairs where Shyamananda Pandit would go and do his Nam Jap, but that was closed. I tried to many ways, please, please, or this or that, so much, but they didn't budge.
This is only open.
Only open in Kartik. So if any of you happen to go in Kartik, or unless they change their policy, so try to visit, but I could not visit. So this was the path. It says here, Gufa, Shri Shri Shyamanand Prabhuji ki Prachin Bhajan Kuti Gufa. Or you can see here, cave. So we saw the entrance of it, but there was a door with a lock. So I couldn't even trespass. Anyway. And then we went to another very important temple called Shri Shri Radha Gokulanandaji Mandir. There was nobody there. So it's the temple of Shri Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur and Shri Lokanath Goswami, but primarily established by Shri Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur. And Gokulanandaji are the deities of Shri Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur. So there's another video. So like I said, there are few deities here and this nice devotees explaining all the deities. So it will take 1.5 minutes. So just you can relish So here in front, this small deity that you see is Radha Gokulanandaji, very small. And the other deities, you will hear the description just now.
We have the deities here, the nice devotee here, and there's a nice Mataji here. She's
राधे राधे
राधे
अब
राधे।
शुरू करो।
हाँ, बताइए कौन कौन सब विग्रह हैं?
हाँ, बड़ा वाला राधा कृष्ण है, विजय गोविंद।
विजय गोविंद।
विजय गोविंद बलदेव विद्याभूषण ठाकुर भागवत जी के रूप में।
हाँ।
और उनको साइड में पे राधा विनोदिया लाल। लोकनाथ गोस्वामी ठाकुर।
किनका?
लोकनाथ गोस्वामी ठाकुर।
लोकनाथ।
विजय गोविंद राधा विनोद।
राधा विनोद।
हाँ, उनको साइड में है चैतन्य महाप्रभु। वो नरोत्तम सेवित विग्रह।
नरोत्तम दास ठाकुर।
ठाकुर सेवित विग्रह। और नीचे छोटा वाला है गोकुलानंद।
ओ नीचे जो छोटे वाले हैं।
हाँ, वही गोकुलानंद।
ओके।
वो उनको ही मंदिर है।
उनका ही मंदिर है।
गोकुलानंद विश्वनाथ चक्रवर्ती के ठाकुर जी है। उनको सामने आते गिरिराज गोवर्धन खीरा।
वो जो आसन पे
हाँ हाँ
जिनके ऊपर छतरी है।
हाँ छतरी है। वो गुंजा माला है। चैतन्य महाप्रभु का अंगूठा का चिन्ह है।
वो देख सकते हैं क्या?
इधर से देखना है, मोबाइल से आता ही रखे चलो।
आ जाएगा।
हाँ, सब आ जाएगा।
अच्छा।
और वो गिरिराज गोवर्धन शिला है, शालग्राम, उनका गुंजा माला है। महाप्रभु का अंगूठा है। पाप गोस्वामी का ठाकुर जी है।
ठीक है।
राधे राधे।
राधे राधे। बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद। राधे राधे।
So this is the altar here. So I could see, I don't know if you can see it here. My camera could not capture sort of clearly there's a Govardhan Shila with you can see. So he searched it up on the internet. It's on the internet, or you took this picture? Okay.
I have a picture. Yeah. In the old days, they let you take It shows
close darshan.
white clothes. I have seen from Bhakti Chaitanya Swami Maharaj. Yatra.
Okay, so there is a Govardhan Shila with a thumbprint of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So there are pictures, close-up pictures, and there are deities of Narottam Das Thakur. You can see Lord Chaitanya here on the side. Then Radha Vinod Ji of Lokanath Goswami and Radha Vijay Govind Ji of Baladev Vidyabhushan Ji. So those are the deities here. Nope. So this is and then very, very important Samadhi Sthal. Almost as important as for those who are studying seriously the Gaudiya Vaishnava scriptures and who are following Gaudiya Vaishnavism. This is a very important Samadhi Sthal. So here we have Samadhis, as you can see here, Shripad Lokanath Goswami, who is the spiritual master of Srila Narottam Das Thakur, so his Samadhi, and then his student or his disciple, Sri Ganga Narayan Chakravarti and Sri Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur. So these four primary Samadhis are here. And then there was a little calf here, and it was giving us nice Gomutra.
Cow is giving us Gomutra.
And so we took that Gomutra and took it on our head. Okay.
Cow.
So here is like a sort of a zoom out view. So here you can see the Samadhi of Sri Lokanath Goswami. And these are the three important Samadhis that I talked about. So this big one is Sri Lokanath Goswami. This center one here is Sri Narottam Das Thakur. And on its, towards our right, this white one is Sri Ganga Narayan Chakravarti. And this one, the one sort of fully covered with a small view inside, is Sri Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur. So again, we spent almost an hour and a half here, I think, or 2 hours sitting here and meditating and doing japa. So very nice place. So here is the inside view. It was locked. This is Sri Lokanath Goswami. Then this is the inside view of Sri. It says here Samadhi of Srila Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur. So Srila Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur is one of our very primary acharyas. He has written tremendous amount of commentaries. His commentaries after Jiva Goswami, who wrote the 6 Sandarbhas and the entire commentary on Srimad Bhagavatam, Sri Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur is considered, these two, Jiva Goswami and Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur, pretty much give the most authoritative commentaries on Srimad Bhagavatam. Our full understanding, and of course there is Sridhar Swami, who predates many centuries to Chaitanya Mahaprabhu in the 1300s or so, about 200 years before Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, it seems. You can correct me if and there could be variations. But after Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, the 2 primary commentaries of Srimad Bhagavatam come from Sri Jiva Goswami and Sri Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur. So he is an extremely, extremely important acharya for all of us. Then this is the Samadhi of Sri Narottam Das Thakur. And he was born right around the time when Chaitanya Mahaprabhu disappeared. But Chaitanya Mahaprabhu communicated or sent his entire prema to Narottam Das Thakur. And he received it in a spiritual manner. And the primary teachings of Srila Narottam Das Thakur come through his bhajans. This is the Samadhi of one of his primary disciples, Sri Ganga Narayan Chakravarti. So very important disciple. And the thing is, Sri Narottam Das Thakur was not from the born Brahman caste, so to say. But again, he was a topmost devotee. And there were some people who were going around sort of defaming Narottam Das Thakur, that how he's not a Brahmin, how can he know all the Siddhanta, all the philosophy. So Ganganarayan Chakravarti was a Brahmin. So there were some of these people who were kind of going around, and so he dressed like a Shudra, Ganganarayan Chakravarti, like I believe like a potter who makes clay pots. So not from the Brahmin caste. I mean, he was, but he dressed up like that and started talking to those people. So why are you here? Why have some food with us and all? So said, okay, or whatever. He did some seva. Maybe they wouldn't have food with a potter, and started discussing philosophy. And over a few days, he completely defeated their. He asked such questions and made arguments those people couldn't answer. And then he said, yeah, I have learned all this from my guru, Narottam Das Thakur. Then they said, if their disciple is so smart, then, guru must be really smart. So they first they left, and then it seems they came back and became disciples of Narottam Das Thakur. So this is very good Guru Nishtha and Seva to Guru, to preserve his name and to spread his glories. So this is the short story of Sri Ganganarayan Chakravarti. Okay, then from there we went to Sri Radha Ramanji Mandir. This is again very, very famous temple, and of Sri, established by Srila Gopal Bhatta Goswami, who is also one of the 6 Goswamis. And the nice thing, or the amazing thing, is that this deity is a self-manifested deity. And this is also one of the very few deities in Vrindavan which is the original, not a pratibhu or a replica. Because the deity was so small, they were able to hide it from the invaders. The other deities were much bigger, so they had to send it to Rajasthan under the Rajputs. So as you can see, this is like a, so this, I have seen a picture of this. So he's the head pujari, it seems. I have seen a picture of him with His Holiness Radhanath Maharaj hugging each other. And, there is a lot of respect within the ISKCON Parivar and the Radharaman Parivar. So they have a lot of love and respect with each other. And many other Maharajas as well, they know him, this family. So there is a lot of, and the worship here is very, very impeccable. And this Parivar is coming down from a very long lineage, who is taking care of Sri Sri Radharamanji. It's coming down from the disciples of Gopala Bhatta Goswami. So this is again the maximum possible zoom, which my iPhone 14 Pro, whatever, could take. So again, as you can see, very tiny. So the deity is like just this small. And this was actually a Govardhan, a Shaligram Shila that was brought by Sri Gopala Bhatta Goswami from the Gandaki river in Nepal. And he was worshipping the Shaligram Shilas. And one time he was feeling sad that he couldn't decorate very much the Shilas. There's only so much you can do with a Shaligram Shila. So overnight, one of his biggest Shilas converted into a deity. And if you see the close-ups of Sri Sri Radharamanji, you will see very intricate features. It's not just like you kind of make up in your mind mentally, oh yeah, this looks like a face and this looks like the whatever, It's not like that. Real deity manifested from the Shaligram Shila that became Sri Sri Radha Ramanji. So, and yeah, there is this special prasadam. So you have to ask. So you request the pujaris and they will give you this special, it's like a sandesh kind of a prasadam in this kullad. The other one may be more standard, but we got these 2 kullads, those clay pots with the special Radharamanji prasad. So if you go there, ask for it from the pujaris and they will give you. We had to wait some time till the crowd began to disperse, and then they brought and gave us 2 kullads. So then if you go on the side, you can go to this place, which is the appearance location of Sri Sri Radharamanji. So this is the place where the Shilas were worshipped by Sri Gopal Bhatt Goswami, and one of them became Radharamanji. So you can go to that place, and then if you go a little bit further, you can go to the Samadhi Sthal of Sri Gopal Bhatt Goswami. So again, spend some time there. You can do parikrama of the Samadhi and spend some nice, quiet, peaceful time at the Samadhi of Sri Gopal Bhatt Goswami. Okay, and then Loi Bazaar. So anybody recognizes which store this is from this person? This person I have met on all my trips. He's still the same person there. Ras Bihari Lal. So this person, and then all the other shopping as well. We found the same store owners, and coincidentally or whatever, they recognized me also. So or they pretended to because they wanted to. As everybody knows, customer is king. So please the customer and you will get more business. So whatever. Anyway, they're very sweet, very soft spoken, very, you go to buy little small things and you end up buying a lot. Anyway, so, and then there I found this person walking on the rope. Anyway, gave some donation and moved on. And so met some devotees. Anyway, I'm sure many of you can recognize who these devotees, nice devotees are. So I just happened to run into them, and their office is, so this is Lakshmi Priya Mataji and Radha Sakha Prabhu, that's the name, right? Her husband. So Lakshmi Priya Mataji used to live here in Portland for many, many, many years. Now she has moved to Vrindavan. So she's doing she knows how to keep herself busy. Just like we say, you have to find your seva. So even if there is no seva available, you have to find, like I was telling this story, I think one time of Hanumanji. Everybody conspired against him to relieve him of all sevas. Then he found this seva to click fingers for Lord Ram when he would yawn. So, you can invent your seva. So when she was here, she used to organize a lot of children's program or this program or that. You would never think, there's any occasion to organize a program, and she would, organize something. Okay, nice. Anyway, so right now she's doing some fundraising for some guest house or not guest house. Yeah. Guest house for the temple. So she and Prabhuji are, nicely engaged in that seva. Then we visited Srila Prabhupada's quarters, which is right. So we met them in Govinda's. As you can see, that's Govinda's. And right next to it is Srila Prabhupada's quarters. This is the bed where he left this planet into Nitya Leela, went into his eternal pastimes. So that's the bed. And so very, very important place for all the followers of Srila Prabhupada. So they have, as always with the, ISKCON and the devotees, maintenance and cleanliness and all those things. Of course, devotion is also there, but devotion we can say is also there in other places, but good maintenance, good process, good cleanliness, everything is very nicely, done. Organization, all that is special for the, devotees of ISKCON. So they have very nicely maintained it. So this is the wall. You can see the Guru Parampara here. And then the nice thing here, you can see they have preserved lot of artifacts or things that were used by Srila Prabhupada. So many things are there. Now these pictures yes, in my whatever pictures I have on my phone, you can zoom in, but yeah, so you can see the pillow here. This is sort of a original footprint that was made with some plaster of Paris, where Srila Prabhupada actually put his foot imprint. So this is one of those. You can see his chappals here. then his kartals, his socks, I believe. And then on this side, yeah, some muffler, specs, harmonium, some of his vessels. Now it was written here, these are some of the vessels and pots that he used to cook in Sri Sri Radha Damodar Mandir. Remember that kitchen opposite his place, his bhajan kutir? So he would cook with these vessels. And on this side, you know, a bucket and so on, and a trunk. And here it says Srila Prabhupada's Jugalbandi Kurta. Jugalbandi Kurta, you know, like you've seen the Bagalbandi, sorry, yeah. Not Jugalbandi, sorry. The Amrendra, I call it the Amrendra Prabhu style. I mean, I've seen him wear it a lot. So then later on, I came to know that's called Bagalbandi. But anyway, and dhoti and his mridanga. Actually, I've seen a YouTube video of Srila Prabhupada with the same mridanga here. So I can't locate that video now, but he's playing this mridanga, or at least a replica of it. And then all his so many natural remedies. You can see all kinds of oils and this and that. There was also Iodex and Vaseline and Vicks Vaporub, his pen. And yeah, this is one thing. So if I was telling Narottam Vilas Prabhu the other day, this is a thing on the wall. It is the passport of Srila Prabhupada. And the nice thing about that I had observed is that on this passport, you have to write father's name. And he called his father as, I'm trying to read here, late Bhakti Siddhantar Saraswati Goswami Maharaj Prabhupada. So not his biological father, but even in a passport, which is a pretty legal document, he put his spiritual father's name. So that is the mood of Srila Prabhupada. All right, back to Sri Sri Krishna Balaram Mandir. We have Sri Sri Gaur Nitai Ji, Krishna Balaram Ji, Sri Sri Radha Shyam Sundar Ji, Srila Prabhupada, and then the Samadhi Mandir. So this is the Samadhi Mandir of Srila Prabhupada. This is where his Sadhak Deha is there. So, and then I saw this, it says no selfies, selfie lena mana hai. This is the right kind of sign, I thought. No photography is kind of, why would you prevent photography? But yes, selfies are not, or, we shouldn't pose with the deities or with, this, but we can take the picture of the deities. So like I said, the ISKCON devotees are very thoughtful. So I thought I'll take a picture of this, no selfies, which made sense. Okay, next day, Sri Sri Radha Vallabh Ji. Oh, 7:38. Okay. I don't know how many slides I have, but we'll finish this. I'll go fast. Sri Sri Radha Vallabh Ji Mandir is one of the oldest temple. It's not from the Gaudiya Sampradaya. This comes from the Sampradaya established by Sri Sri Hit Harivamsh Ji, who is again a self-realized, great Acharya. And he started the Radha Vallabh Ji Parivar. I believe he discovered the deity as well. Self-manifest deity. So my wife's mother and her lineage kind of has been a member, or you can say a initiated devotees in that particular Radha Vallabh Ji. It's known as the Hit Harivamsh Parivar. So very dear to our family. So this is Sri Sri Radha Vallabh Ji. And Radharani is denoted by a crown or a mukut. So very beautiful deity, very, very beautiful deity. And it was January 8th, so which is the birthday of Ram. So our relatives, which is Damodar Leela's sister, Mradul Mataji. So she is here, and then her three daughters, 1, 2, and 3 there. And so we were, celebrating his birthday on that day. So we went to Radha Vallabhji. This is the place where you can, make some official donation and whatever. So we were sitting there. So this is a group photo. All right. So yeah, this is my wife's sister. Her name is Mradul Mataji. And then these are her three daughters, Vidushi, Mansi, and Manvi. These two are twins, Mansi, Manvi. All right. Then this is known as the Prachin Mandir. So this is where before the temple was built, where Shri Shri Radha Vallabhji were worshipped. So this is the old temple of Shri Shri Radha Vallabhji, which is right next to the current temple. And very importantly, very close to it, if you come out of the complex, you'll see a Narsinghadev temple. So Lord Narsinghadev temple is not, there aren't many in Vrindavan. So this is one of the few Narsinghadev temples in Vrindavan. Very beautiful deity of Lord Narsinghadev. Then Banke Bihari Ji. So this was the toughest part. So this is like the only picture I could get. I mean, not because you cannot take mobile or anything, because there was no like even restriction. You can just go. It was like we got crushed and this and that. And like even in my zoomed out picture, if you zoom in fully, you can just barely make out. And even I remember as I was looking, I could make out, yes, that one is Banke, because we have seen so many pictures of Banke Bihari Ji. Then you have to like, within 3 seconds, we were like away. You got the darshan and somebody just pushed us. But Banke Bihari Ji, is the most popular temple and very, very important and worshipped by Shri Haridas Thakur Maharaj. Not the same Haridas Thakur who was the disciple or devotee of Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, different devotee, great Acharya. And if you remember the Gopi, not the Gopi Geet, what do we call it? The Radha Krishna Geet. We sing there, what's that line, Gopal? Jaya Radha, Banke Bihari Radha, Banke Bihari Radhe, Haridasera Pranadhan hai. So that means the deity was worshipped originally by Sri Haridas Thakur. So Banke Bihari Ji, very important temple, but it's a struggle to get in and get out. And then we went to Shri Shri Radha Madan Mohan Ji Mandir, very unique and you can't miss it. It's the tallest temple on a hill. So this is the temple. Now again, Madan Mohan Ji deity is Pratibhu deity, which means like a modern replica. And it's not even a replica, very small size. So original deity was transported to Jaipur, and then one of the daughters of the king, Raja Jai Singh, took with her, Hare Krishna Prabhuji, took the deity with her to Karoli, where she was married to the Prince of Karoli. So if you go to Rajasthan and you try to make a trip to Karoli, and you will see this beautiful deity of Radha Madan Mohan Ji, the original deity. So, and then if you go around the temple, there is the Bhajan Kutir of Shri Sanatan Goswami. So you can see this Bhajan Kutir here on the left side. On the right side, if you like look inside, you have the deity of Lord Krishna there. Okay, then you start coming down the stairs. So as you can see here, these were the stairs going up. So these are the stairs that take you up to the temple. Over here, you can see, like if you come down halfway the stairs. Now earlier this route did not exist. Now this route exists. You come down half the way and you climb into this gate and you can go to the Samadhi of Shri Sanatan Goswami. So this is the Samadhi of Shri Sanatan Goswami. It was closed. So we couldn't get direct darshan of the Samadhi, but we went to the Samadhi Sthal. And there is also the Granth Samadhi there, very important place. So all the, like I said, with these Muslim invaders, when they would come, they would not just loot, but they would do all kinds of activities to hurt the emotions of the devotees. So one of the things they would like, obviously, like desecrating the deities, like just breaking it up. Like, what do you get? Like, even if you think it's a piece of stone, what do you get by just smashing it? Leave the stone there. Or, digging up the samadhis and desecrating the samadhis, and also burning up the books. Even if there are other copies of the books, they would just like, like a torture. So, to prevent those granths from getting disrespected, the devotees would, there were copies of many of those. It seems some of them didn't have copies. So, but they had put all these books in a samadhi so that they wouldn't be desecrated in a very disrespectful way by the invaders. So there is the Granth Samadhi. So you can see the Granth Samadhi, and you can feel the connection that all the important Granths of the Goswamis are buried there. Then we took a boat ride on Yamunaji. So it was very nice to see. Yamunaji was very clean. I remember from many years ago, it was like very dirty and all. This time, Yamunaji was very clean, and there was so much water in the Yamunaji. So we all went in a boat. We did Yamuna Pujan and all that. So you can see Yamunaji, and you can see in the background Madan Mohan temple. Then this is the Rasamandal area. There's a temple here belonging to the Hit Harivamsh Parivar. This is the place where there are many places where, like Seva Kunj, Nidhivan, Ras Mandal, where the Ras Leela used to happen. So this is another place called Nidhivan, where Ras Leela used to happen. And here also it was just too many people. But this is Nidhivan, one of the places where Ras Leela happens. And back to Govinda's. And then, so this is still that 8th of January, Ram's birthday going on. And then I saw off the girls. So this is me and my 3 nieces. And then I think this is next day. Govind Prabhu doing the 24-hour Kirtan at the temple. And then we met, anybody knows who this devotee is? Harivamsh Prabhu. And he took us to a very nice place called Radha Tila. So no pictures were allowed or anything like that. So no, I don't have any pictures. But very, again, nice place, a big compound, which has been purchased by the Banki Bihari Ji Mandir devotees. And they have left it, or they have no modern elements have touched it. Even electricity is not there. Even the water pipe water is not there. Water doesn't come in a tap. It's only like wells, and I don't think there is a hand pump either. So just wells. And there were peacocks, and there were, and he showed us a white peacock. He said, that white peacock is very hard to find. So there were some white peacocks there and all. And he said that, if you want to take some dust of Vrindavan, this is a nice place to take. So I brought some dust from Vrindavan. I think many devotees took it. Now I'm left with very little. So now it's all gone. Anyway, so I don't have any pictures. And then we went and saw the room of Shripad Aindra Prabhu. This is where he left his body. So this is the room of Shripad Aindra Prabhu. You can see his Gaur Nitai deities, Nitai Sachisuta, and he had like 2,000 Shaligram Shilas. I have a close-up of, here you can see all these plates with what you can see like Gulab Jamuns. They're not Gulab Jamuns, they're like Shaligram Shilas. They're like, it was amazing. And now, unfortunately, like I was very happy I got this last darshan. They have broken it down. They're moving this to a different place near the Goshala. So this is the place where he was actually living. So I think they are breaking down the whole building. This is like the Brahmachari ashram, because he was a Brahmachari and would worship the deities, do deity dressing and this and that, and of course the Kirtan. So he was part of the sort of the Seva group of the temple Brahmacharis. So he had been given this room and he left his body in this room. But now it seems they're bringing down the whole building, and I don't know where the Brahmacharis will be moved to a different one or they'll make a new one. But anyway, that original room where he lived is no longer there. So I'm so happy we got last darshan of that room. And that's it. So Srila Prabhupada, last day darshan. And before leaving, came back to Delhi. So this is my co-brother or Mradul Mataji's husband, his Anil Prabhu, Anil Sharma Prabhu. So we met him as well. And this is Frankfurt Airport. So even though I could not meet Mr. Einstein in person, and Ram is probably jet lagged here, so he's sleeping. And back to Portland and landed all directly in the snow. And
This is like right here.
yeah, right. This is outside our home, that Springville school there. And I will end with, I'll end with this. So this is a video of Gopal doing the 24-hour Kirtan. Thanks to Govind Prabhu, he was able to do that. So we'll end with that.
Krishna Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama Hare Rama.
So that's the end. So Shri Shri Vrindavan Dham ki jai. Srila
Jai.
Prabhupada ki jai.
Jai.
Okay, thank you very much for staying back for the extra time that we ran over. So we'll end here. Thank you so much. I hope you can take some value from this, use this information, all the things that we shared for Yatra that you go on. And again, it's very nice if those who go on Yatras come back and share where all they went and with some of their own experiences and what all they sort of relished in the Yatra. So like this, we can inspire each other and go and take the sort of the recharge our spiritual batteries and then come back here and continue our sadhana. Thank you so much. Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Prabhuji.
Thank you
Hare
so much,
Krishna.
Prabhuji. Hare.
Thank you.
Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna.
So much. Very nice.
So
It was
much.
wonderful.
Beautiful. Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna.
Thank you. Okay, we will close the call. Hare Krishna.